Hello everyone. As yesterday we have discussed about the differentiation of function in inverse form. Now in continuation of the same, we are going to discuss some more question with given range. So that given range also we have to take care while solving the question. Here we are going to discuss question number 10 of exercise 5.2, in which you can see your function is available in terms of tan inverse, and in terms of x the combination is available as 3x minus x cube upon 1 minus 3x square. If you look at this combination carefully, you will find on substitution of the tan theta, it will give you the formula of tan 3 theta. So this is a reference for us from the question itself that what we can go for substitution. So here first of all we are going to substitute here x as a tan theta. So substitute in given question form 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta upon 1 minus 3 tan square theta. This is the direct formula of tan 3 theta. So this will be your tan inverse tan 3 theta. Now as in the question form, in terms of x range is available, we have suppose x is a tan theta. So this range you have to convert in form of theta and check out for tan inverse whether it is under the range or not. So here with respect to this tan one, basically we are having the range of x as a minus 1 by under root 3 to plus 1 by under root 3. Now with reference to this tan theta, these two values you will consider as a tan theta form. So as per the tan value of 1 by under root 3, this will give you the value is minus pi by 6, means at 30 degree this value will come out. So now in terms of the theta with reference to this tangent, we will make this 2 change as pi by 6 with plus and minus. Here we are in need of 3 theta. So this middle term means theta you have to convert in form of 3 theta. So everywhere get it multiply by 3. So this will be give you minus pi by 2. This will give you 3 theta and this will give you pi by 2. Here you can see this is a range for tan inverse form. So direct this tan inverse you can implement to this inside tangent 1. So here 3 theta will be separate out. Now your main purpose is to find out the differentiability of given function. Here normally if your question is available in form of x and you have converted the question in terms of theta, and before writing the derivation with respect to x, this theta you have to convert in terms of x. So what you have suppose in the beginning, that is to be write in terms of theta is tan inverse x. Now here this theta will be replaced in terms of x is tan inverse x. So this is a question available for derivation. Now we can proceed for differentiation with respect to x. So differentiation with respect to x. So dy by dx, here you will have as derivation of tan inverse. Yesterday we have discussed the formula form. So it will be 1 upon 1 plus x square. So this will be the derivation of tan inverse this much. So final answer you will have is dy by dx 3 upon 1 plus 1 upon 3 upon 1 plus x square. So this way this range you have to discuss. In certain cases this range is not up to the required form. So it is to be converted first in such a way that it comes under the range and then you can proceed for the solution. Now in order to the same, we look at the question number 12. In 12th question, your term is given as sine inverse as an angle 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. Range for x is available as 0 to 1. Again, if you look at this combination in terms of x, it is 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. Here if you substitute x as a tan theta, you can say it is 1 minus tan square upon 1 plus tan square. This is a formula of cos 2 theta in terms of tangent. So here we are not getting the same term which is available outside the bracket, but still we have to write once and then afterwards we will make it change. Along with that, we have to discuss about the given range also. So first of all, we go for substitution. X as a tan theta, and here theta we write as a tan inverse x. It will be required afterwards. Now go for substitution. 1 minus tan square theta 1 plus tan square theta. This is a formula of cos 2 theta in terms of tangent. We know it very well that inside and outside trigonometrical term should be same to implement the inverse to inside the bracketed term. So this cos we have to write in terms of sine on taking difference of pi by 2. So this is sine inverse, this is sine pi by 2 minus 2 theta. So this is the angle change what we are having to make these two terms same. Now this angle we have to generate in terms of theta to check out whether it is available with the required range or not. Here you have suppose x as a tan theta. So in your question, range regarding x is available as 0 to 1. So what you are going to suppose with reference to that term only, you will make this x change. So with respect to this 0, tan 0 is 0. This is your theta. 1 means angle pi by 4. Now we have to generate this angle over here at the middle position. So pi by 2 minus 2 theta. So first of all, these 2 theta we have to generate. In order to that, these 3 terms we will multiply by 2. So this will be your 0, 2 theta. This is pi by 2. Now make it multiply by negative sign everywhere. Same angle we have to generate. So 0 will not be affected. This is minus 2 theta. This will be minus pi by 2. In real, this order is not possible. So we write the actual order what it should be. So in reality, this is to be right. So this is the actual order what we have to proceed. Still pi by 2 is remain to add. So here everywhere at this 3 position, we are going for addition of this pi by 2. So make addition of pi by 2 everywhere. This will be 0. This is the required angle pi by 2 minus 2 theta, and this is pi by 2. Here you can see this angle is lying in between 0 to pi by 2, which is a required range of sine inverse. So this sine inverse direct you can implement to the inside sine term. So only angle will left with you. Here theta again we have to replace in terms of x. Without this, its differentiation is not possible. So here this will be pi by 2 minus 2 tan inverse x. Now your question is available for differentiation with respect to x. Now get it derived. So differentiation with respect to x. So dy by dx. Pi by 2 is being a constant quantity, so its derivation will turn as 0. This is minus 2 derivation of tan inverse. In last question also we have written 1 upon 1 plus x square. So finally, here dy by dx you will turn as minus 2 upon 1 plus x square. So this way you can handle the situation if you are not up to the proper range. So here two things are important. First thing, if your terms are distinct one inside and outside the bracketed term, first make it to turn as a same, then only you can operate the sine inverse to the inside angle form. Second thing, checking of the limit. If your checking of the limit is not proper, you may be in trouble, because in some of the cases it may be possible that you are not up to the required range, so at that time your answer will come wrong. So this way you have to generate the required range or check out whether it is under the range or not. Now next, with the same category we are having question number 15, that is available in form of sec inverse. In between question number 13, 14 with the same category you can attend. This is the last question of this exercise, that is question number 15. In 15.1, your term is changed. Here it is sec inverse 1 upon 2x square minus 1 with a given range 0, x and 1 by under root 2. Here you see, this term we have to generate in terms of sec. Here if you look at this combination 2x square minus 1, suppose here we write x as a cos theta, it will generate the formula of cos 2 theta, and 1 upon cos will give you sec form. So here in place of x you are going to write cos of theta. Theta you will have as cos inverse of x. Go for substitution. 2 cos square theta minus 1. Everybody is clear about this formula form. 1 upon cos 2 theta. 1 upon cos, that is sec inverse sec 2 theta. Now again we have to move for the given range and its checking. As per the cos, now we will convert these two values in a radian form. So with respect to the cos, your range is available is this much. Here 0, cos 0 you will turn at pi by 2. This is theta. This is your pi by 4. Here we are required 2 theta form, so make it multiply here. And before that, this is again not in a proper way, so make it right in a proper way first in ascending order. Make it multiply by 2 everywhere, that is pi by 2, 2 theta and pi. If you are aware about the range of sec inverse, this is applicable that it is lie in between pi by 2 to pi. So here again no need to make change over here. As such it can be implemented to the inside bracketed term. So your y will come out as 2 theta. Your theta from the assumption it will be 2 cos inverse of x. Now go for writing the derivation. Derivation of cos inverse we have written yesterday, that is minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. So dy by dx, here it will come out as minus 2 upon under root 1 minus x square. So this way with different combination also you can generate a derivative. So this was all about the differentiation if your terms are available with the inverse form. Now next point we are going to discuss is a derivation of functions if functions are available with exponent form or logarithm form. And before that we just discuss about properties of a logarithm. Now further we have to discuss about exponential and logarithmic functions. Now before we start about the differentiation of exponent and logarithm function, first we look at the properties of a logarithm function. The basic property of logarithm function is if terms are available in a product form, it can be expressed as a addition form. Second, if your terms are available with the division form, it can be expressed as a subtraction form. Next is a log with certain power. If you are having this power, you have to write at the first position as a multiple of log term. Next is a if your base is not given with e and given with the another quantities, so at this time it is not possible to make a derivation of log function. It is compulsory for a log term to have a base as a e. So if your question is not available with base e, it is to be convert first, and this way it is to be convert. Suppose log x with any of the number it is given, or even with 8 is available, you will make it separate as this form. As a number x is to be right, as a base e is to be taken, as a number a is to be right, and as a base e is to be taken. So this way your base will be changed, and this quantity now it is to be treated as a constant one, and for this term only you will proceed for a derivation further. Now one more form we can write, that if this way any number is being written, you can make exchange of these two, making the reciprocal form. So this is also one of the property. This normally used when you are going to make the final answer form. If reciprocal form is available, you can convert with this normal form. So these are the basic properties regarding the log. Now we write what are the derivation of exponent form and log form, that already I have given, but revising. Differentiation of exponent we have already discussed, that is to be write as e power x. Here also, along with this power, chain rule you can implement. Suppose in place of x any other term is written or any other function is written, so as a multiple form that function is also to be write as a derivative form. Means suppose we are having, for example, differentiation of e power sine of x. So basically first step, this e power sine x you will treat as a e power x, and derivation you will write in the same manner, means e power sine x. Then further you will write the derivation of sine x as a product form. Means you can say in power also your chain rule will be implemented. So this way this type of exponent functions you have to handle. Secondly, for log, also we have written the logarithm form. For log, as I told just now, for log to have a differentiation, it is necessary to have base as a e. If it is not so, you have to make it convert. So if you are going to write the derivation of the log term, it is to be written as a 1 upon x form. Here also the same thing it will be implemented. If in place of x any combined function is written, so at that time again it will be go for further derivation. Just for example, we are having this function for differentiation with log. If nothing is written as a base, means you will understand that base is given as a e. So no need to write every time that it is carrying base e. Now differentiation of this log sin x, first of all this sin x you will treat as a x. It will be 1 upon sin x. Now further you will write the differentiation of sin x as a product form. So sin x derivation, you are knowing that it is cos x upon sin x. So finally it will turn to a single term as a cot. So this type of combination you have to handle for logarithm and for exponent form. In order to that, we just to move to the next exercise, in which we are having some of the question based on logarithm. In next exercise, that is your 5.4, we look at question number 2, in which your function is available as e power sin inverse x. Now direct we can move for writing derivation. Differentiate with respect to x. So dy by dx, differentiation as a e power x, here it will be e power sin inverse x, and further you will write the derivative of sin inverse x, that is e power sin inverse x, derivation of this one 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. So as a final form, we are having this answer form. So this way exponents power are to be handled. Now next we look at question number 4, that is also written in form of exponent. Sin tan inverse e power minus x. Here you can see 3 terms are written in a one function form, sin, tan inverse and e power minus x. So chain rule will implement here. Derivation with respect to x, dy by dx. First of all you will write derivation with respect to this sin, that is cos, and the remaining bracketed term you will treat as a x only. So this will be your cos tan inverse e power minus x. Next we will write the derivation of tan inverse e power minus x, and further as a product you will write derivation of e power minus x. Here no need to make any of the change. Now this e power minus x you will treat as a x. So as a tan inverse derivation it will be 1 upon 1 plus x square, means square of that. Here no need to make it positive because it is a power, minus means your term is available as a 1 upon x form, that's why. Now next derivation of e power minus x. So first of all as a e power minus x you will write. Secondly, minus 1 is present over here. So if you write the derivation of minus x, minus 1 will be left with you. If it is positive, there is a no matter of any sign. Now go for combining all the term. First of all, minus we will take at the first position. E power minus x upon 1 plus e power minus 2x, and cos term you will write as a product form. So this will be the final answer form. So this way you can handle different situation with different combinations. Now we move to question number 6, in which we are having somewhat different combination in the exponent form. In 6.1, question is available as y power ex, y power x square, x cube, x4 and up to x5. Here all terms are written in an addition form, so you will write the derivation of the individual as an additive property. So differentiate with respect to x. dy by dx, differentiation of e power x, differentiation of e power x square, differentiation of e power x cube, further e power x4, e power x5. Here differentiation of e power x is e power x. Here again e power x square, once it is to be written as such, and as a product form you will write the derivation of x square over here. Same way further these three terms are to be treated. Here derivation of 3x cube as such, derivation of x cube here, e raised to power x power 4, differentiation of x power 4, e power x power 5, differentiation of x power 5. Now we write the respective differentiation what we require. Here differentiation of x square is 2x, differentiation of x cube is 3x square. Everywhere we are using the formula as a x power n. Differentiation of x4, 4x cube, and at last this is 5x4 e power x power 5. So this way these are to be differentiate if your terms are available with different combination. Suppose the same question will available with the product form, so at that time the method will be changed. So it depends on the question form that what the given form is, and accordingly what the method we can select. So hope you will be quite clear about the method when your questions are available with the log form or with the exponent form. So try to solve some of the question given in the exercise. Thank you.